I just say actually one of the things? So I keep interrupting you because I'm wired on coffee, but I already had one this morning. My name is Blue Leach, and I'm a multi-camera director and vision mixer and ideas person for not all things video, but a lot of things video, especially when it comes to cameras. I do love a camera and you know what it can do, what it can essentially do, and how pictures can be interpreted and you become extensions of what you're listening to live. And I love how cameras vacuum up energy and then can sort of digest it and spit it back out to video screens.
Sure.
You know, for the entertainment value.
Yeah. For the kids.
Yeah, for the kids, and for the kids, and you know, and how every song in a set.
Yeah.
Can feel different if it's appropriate. Again, you have to sort of work carefully with the artist to see what they want.
Right.
But it's so give me enough rope.
So right now you're on Pearl Jam.
I'm on Pearl Jam.
And above all, thank you for taking your day off to hang with me.
Oh, stop it! It's a pleasure, and it's lovely to see you again.
These are same man. Hopefully this will be fun. I've always been nervous about this idea that we're doing because I've always seen other people in our production that are very they try and more do it as an educational purpose. I think I don't want to for any of this to come out this is the right way to do it, blah blah blah. I think my idea for these car rides is just super fun, super what do you do, what we've experienced in the past. Remember that one gig, and a lot of what you like to see, or what you personally like to see out in the field, you know what I mean? So I'm extremely nervous every time we put these out just for that. I'm like, oh my god, I hope no one's taking things to this is the way, but it's just super fun conversation.
Yeah, just our own experiences as well. But yes, you're right. I'm on Pearl Jam for another 3 days.
Sure.
2 shows in.
How has the tour? How long? But when did the tour start?
Well, I flew over with Jack Hunter, my engineer for this Pearl Jam tour, on the 21st of August. And then, we did the usual thing where we would go to the shop, the warehouse, and go and prep the gear and make the cables and, make sure the record racks are all tickety-boo. So that there's, so we don't have to do it all during, rehearsals. So we can just essentially, I like to leave, at the warehouse where the equipment is, fully prepped, so that if we arrive at the arena that afternoon, we can do a show.
Right.
But the luxury, of course, is that we have production rehearsals, technical rehearsals, and then band rehearsals and stuff as well. So we have a few days that I prefer just to spend being creative. And so, the camera operators can all get back into sync with the show and with us and with the band. And we can start coming up with, just re-establishing what it is that we did last time and then build on it. And, if there's any extra requests, from the band, which there has been on this occasion actually, which has been fantastic. So, a few more effects, a few more textures, a few more colors, a little bit more media in there as well. And a few more kind of remits, I suppose, which has been fantastic. And then we can work on those and interpret them and take them forward. So that's lovely. So we have the time, in rehearsals to do that. So anyway, we arrived on the 21st at Fuse in Chicago, and we messed about with all the all the technical stuff. I mean, I don't know what I did there. I just drank coffee, I mean, it was really, really hot in the warehouse, so I was just spend my time, in the air-conditioned environment, with my crayons and my notepad, just coming up with ideas, really. Because Jack was there doing engineering stuff. I mean, I could go and help him, but he usually, to be honest with you, he usually tells me just to go away. Just go away, go away. Go and take your pens and your colouring book, and come up with some ideas. But for the moment, sod off. Leave me alone.
I literally have a million questions now.
But also the camera operators were there too. So the the whole team was there, which is fantastic.
So okay, let me dice this up.
So they did the hard work. They did all their looming and making sure the projectors worked.
As you would on the tour.
And then I just marked up my desk, how I like it, and just left Jack to it really.
So can you tell us a little bit about the Pearl Jam setup now, just so everyone can kind of
Yes, I'll do my best. Okay, we have a Ross carbonite, I don't know exactly the model, but anyway, it's lovely. 2ME, lots of macros. We use macros and a few of the keying functions as well.
Right,
that's good fun. A Resolume, which was originally put on the job a couple of tours ago, just to do some playback, really, just to bring in pictures that we put on the screens, and also bring in some of the National Geographic visualizer stuff that they had generated for each of the tracks on the Gigaton album. And then we've sort of taken those, re-edited them, turned them inside out, and then we let that interact either underneath or over the top of, or just cut in between live cameras and the Nat Geo stuff, to create a mood, or to further create the mood of that song. So Resolume is really sort of brought along for that. And I thought, I know, this hardware, software, Resolume does, it does camera effects as well.
Yep.
I mean, it's a great bit of VJ software, really. And I think we've repurposed it so that the line cut, is affected with beautiful textures, like hardcore, screen printed style, kind of orange, very grainy, or a yellow or a pink for clairvoyance.
Right.
Red. And so it becomes almost like a lighting device as well, but always using cameras as the source. So it's a live camera, it's a live line cut, but it's put through, it's put through a tunnel of effects, which is Resolume.
Sure.
And then it comes out the other side, and it conveys more of a feeling, which can be felt as something that's more of an extension to what you're listening to live as well. And it's great. You can cut in and out of it, take the key on and off, make it all feedback, go back up itself, put it through an old shoe, play it through a trombone. It's great. It's a great little device. Very simple, really. And I use a Stream Deck
just to
just to trigger it, so I can trigger it in and out of the effects, and then mess about with the 2MEs.
Right.
I mean, it's like the Vision mixing desk at some point.
Right.
Becomes almost like a musical instrument in that case. Sort of like a musical instrument.
I have seen Resolume being used more recently. Out on tours. Deftones used it. I'm seeing it's being such a workhorse, and just to create simple little effects, and on top of that, just playback purposes.
Playback as well.
It's
Notch
pretty,
does the same, but
it's pretty intense for a nice little piece of software.
It's brilliant. But the only disadvantage I would say is that, and we can get around this. The only disadvantage I would say is that it adds a certain amount of frames.
Right.
So I wouldn't necessarily use it on a slower song.
Okay.
Or maybe one of the more established older Pearl Jam songs. I think I don't need to do that. Maybe I'll just use it as black and white, or letterbox something, for the first few songs. Just make it nice and filmic, and shoot it like a movie. More of a Last Waltz kind of an approach. So I don't think you can really use it in that sense, because it just creates too much delay and it's too detectable for the audience. So I tend to use it on the faster songs, which means you basically, you don't destroy the cameras, but you really make them look very gnarly.
Sure.
And you tend to cut it quicker to get around the fact that it's clearly like sort of adds a certain amount of frame delay.
Right.
That I would say was, but so again, with every every creative restriction, there's a way around it.
Right.
There's a way around it, and that's in this case how I get around that that particular problem. Also, I managed to, and I did this, in fact, which is quite remarkable. I managed to find a way of keying the actual source underneath the line cut. So it's you've got the real like 3-frame delay, which is about as minimal as you can get, I think.
Right.
And then the keyed effects back up itself, so you get real life and you get the dream world underneath.
Okay.
If you get me.
Hi. Can I please have a medium pike, please? What would you like?
Medium pike. Would you like any cream or sugar?
I would love cream and sugar, please.
How many sugars?
2 is fine.
So many
You got
questions.
it. Anything else?
I'm going to have a soy latte, please.
Can I?
A cold one, an iced soy latte.
Can I please have a iced soy latte, please?
An iced soy latte. What size?
Small, please.
Small. What is that? Tall in Starbucks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tall.
Anything else today?
That's it. Thank you.
Can I get a name for your order?
Blue.
You said Lou?
Blue. Yes.
Blue? We'll
Yes.
see you up at the window.
Thank you.
It's always Lou or Luke.
No.
Or Lee or
So-
Bill. Sometimes I get Bill.
Bill.
No, I do. I got that
I-
my whole life. Thanks, Mum and Dad, for calling me Blue.
I refuse to give my name. You just because it's.
What do you get?
I give my kids names.
Do you?
Either
But
Ethan
if
or
you give your name, what do you get back?
it's all over the place. Yeah, I cut the middleman. Okay, I save us 2 steps. I'm like Ethan, but it's backfired on me. Where I've waited for my drink, and I'm like, dude, come on, I gotta go. And they're calling out Ethan, and I'll totally forget. You know what I mean? And my coffee's been there for 10 minutes, and
No, that's funny.
that's totally. I deserve that. I get that.
Sometimes I just do like Mark
Yeah.
or Dave.
Mark.
Yeah.
My a pseudonym. I've always wanted to be a Sven, but I think that's another name that could.
But you're opening. That's another chamber
Yeah,
of
it's
horrors you're opening for yourself there.
The
No.
first time we did these car rides, I did almost 6 trips. We did 6 of them in one day.
Did you?
And
What, 6 of these?
six of these, and by the 5th one, I just and
Well, you don't have to drink coffee.
I'm learning the magic of TV, so
Yeah.
I didn't know I could just act it out. I oh, thank you. And can I please have a receipt? Cool, thanks.
Steering wheel's still on the wrong side, though, mate. Isn't it?
The what?
Steering wheel's still on the wrong side.
So I guess that's what I was. Wait.
Thank you.
No,
Have a good morning.
thank you.
Thank you very much indeed. Yeah, very nice.
So,
Well, they got the name right, though.
cheers.
Cheers, old boy. Excellent.
Yeah, man.
Ethan. Ethan. Ethan's a good name, man.
Oh. I think that's why if we do these internationally, I wanted to do the idea of a tandem bike because I have to learn how to drive with
A tandem bike? Oh, yes, because you still have to drive. You
Yes,
still have to
I have to-
ride it on the
yeah.
left, wouldn't you? I was going to say,
How
because
can I help you?
I was waiting. I was waiting for you to arrive because I was outside since 6 a.m. Just looking at my dinner. Where's he going to turn up?
6.
What is this guy? No, I was just
You-
excited. I was just excited.
Yeah.
I was nervous and excited.
Sure.
So, yeah, I don't know. I just keep waking up early. I still think that, I'm 55 now and I've been doing this since I was 20. Well, not touring since I was 20,
Right.
but touring, I suppose, really since I was about 24.
That is cool.
Yeah.
I am so happy we have
Yeah.
a front dash cam. Sorry, that is cool.
Look at that.
That is cool.
Skeletons.
So,
And
I think I want to give everyone a good perspective because I've touched a little bit on with other guests of mine, like the corporate side, the more installation side.
Yes.
Touring. This is a good one because I know a lot of people have an interest in touring and what would be some good.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Well, number one, it's brilliant fun. But I think sometimes it takes a while to find that fun aspect and that real sense of belonging.
Sure.
This is what I like. So, I'll go on to why I like it, but at some point you're going to have to find the balance. because the temptation is, especially when you're freelance, is just to take everything that's offered constantly.
Yep.
Which can get a bit much.
Mhm.
I mean, it really, the
Yep. Preach. Mhm.
just lots of, along with all the wonderful adventures and everything else that come along with it. That's a lot of time away. It's very tiring, and it can, you end up being, ruled by the touring rather than, having any sense of balance. So the point is, you'll have to find a balance in there somewhere at some point, because it'll all just get too much. It's a lot of information.
It is.
It's a lot of information. There's an awful lot of travel, time differences, hours, mad hours. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't really do mad hours, but one of our productions, lovely Sarah Bennett on Pearl Jam, was just describing to me the other day that in another tour that she was on before this one, just the back-to-backs were insane. And just the hours. I mean, she said that she get like an hour and a half sleep when she eventually got back onto the tour bus. And then an hour and a half later, up and Adam, as they say, straight back into the venue and off you go again. That's the reality. That is one of the realities of touring. It's just the bonkers hours.
Yeah.
That production and rigging and all the first, the people that go in there first, like
Right.
4:30 in the morning, and sometimes earlier if it's stadiums, and festivals. I mean, festivals. We, including myself, we have to go in after the last headliner finished. So let's say the headliner finishes at 1:00 in the morning, and then they had to get rid of they then load out. Right behind them is the headliner for the following night, which is us.
Right.
So you're up in the middle of the night to go and load in a show that's not going to happen for another. God, here we go. I'm not very good with maths. The following day at 11
Sure,
o'clock.
yeah.
And South America and the South American territories. We're not on till 11.
Yep.
And then with a 3-hour show, I mean, and then you're up again. Maybe 4:30, 5 o'clock. To go and get an aeroplane to the next. To the next country. I mean, all of which is manageable because it's so much fun and it's such a sense of adventure.
Sure.
But once if you do it for like 4, 5, 6 months in a row, good luck.
Yeah, it is really rough.
Good luck.
And there's been those gigs, those tours where it's just a marathon of time that you have to dedicate to do whatever the job is. And that is something that I tell a lot of newer people coming in, just to definitely eat your Wheaties and be ready for some long hours. You know what
specifically.
I mean? So,
but you're right though, Joaquin, because you need to eat well, you need to exercise. When you get to a certain age, you really do need to be doing your yoga,
sure,
and some meditation, and find some way of therapizing yourself,
sure,
to keep yourself sane. And for me, actually, I know that's one of your questions, isn't it? Yeah, yoga is my thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yoga and walking. Used to be running, but then I found that boring in the end. But gym. And there's always a gym in these hotels. I mean, at arena level and above, you're always staying in relatively nice hotels that inevitably have a good gym. Use it. Drink lots of water. Eat well as much as you can. And don't make silly choices. Don't go out all night and then have to get up an hour later with hangovers and all the rest of it. I mean, that's those days are very much in the rearview mirror. But
that's not healthy for anyone. So
yeah. But of course, in your 20s,
Sure.
it's like
Thank you so much. I know it's tough out on tour. The timing, taking time off to do things like this. thank you so much, man. And I really appreciate it. And I wish you the best of luck for the next 3 and then for staying after, man. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, my
All
brother.
right, man. Thank
yeah,
you.
Joaquin.
All right, man. Whew. That wasn't so bad, was it?